You're tuning in to Past Our Prime, a show powered by Squad Locker.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
Here are your hosts, retired Astros minor league star Tip Fairchild and former Patriots All-Pro center Dan Copen.
Go rock this thing, huh?
All right, people, here we go. Past Our Prime. He's Tip. I'm Dan. Episode 81.
81.
81. I said 81.
Randy Moss.
Correct. Anybody? Anyone?
There's lots of others, but Randy Moss was the best. I'm fired up
think
today.
was the best?
I'm gonna bring the heat today.
I know. I'm just gonna turn it over to you. But hold on.
Okay. You have
As
something?
always, brought to you by Squad Locker, your one-stop shop for all your custom apparel needs.
Oh,
And by the way, come visit us, and we're gonna get you some uniforms.
yeah. Do us a favor too. We have a newsletter. It's going out to people. Subscribe to it. We only send like one notification every 2 weeks, I think. So it's not crazy. Subscribe to it.
We're really on it.
Also, go on the Instagram. Follow at Past Our Prime Show. Lastly, go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Subscribe.
Rate, review,
Rate,
share.
review, share. Tell one person about it. Think about your people that you know in your life, and then think about somebody who you hadn't talked to in the last week. Tell that person to subscribe. You like that?
I do.
That was nice.
Yeah. Like, so I'm thinking in my mind, who have I talked to in a week? Boom, I got somebody. Okay, I'm going to tell them to subscribe. That's what everybody listening can do. That's how you grow, Max.
It is.
I'm pumped, though. Do I look thinner?
You do. I'm going to be
Thank you,
positive.
man. You do too.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm not like, all right, so.
It's been 2 weeks, I think, since maybe 3 weeks since
Was
we've
it?
been on.
Was it 2 or 3, or did you start on the last episode?
I think I had already started.
You started.
I'm at day
There you did.
20.
Okay.
So again, no finish line in sight. I know that we're talking about 75 hard here as a program. By the way, you don't try 75 hard. You commit.
Yeah.
It is intense. Andy Frisella, the guy that started First Form.
I don't know if it's intense.
It's intense.
I wouldn't say it's intense.
let me
Why
tell you
is
why.
it
I wouldn't
not
say it's
intense?
intense because intense to me seems like, okay, you're 2 workouts of the day, like you're pouring.
Oh, no.
He goes for a 3-mile walk, which is a good thing.
No,
this isn't a bad thing.
No.
So
Intense time commitment.
Let the man talk.
Yes.
Time commitment. Yeah.
Jesus, Max.
A time commitment.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, I discipline and time.
Discipline and time. Like, so I'm doing a lot of things. Down 22 and a half pounds.
Yeah.
So is there like a
No.
You want the
cheer?
The applause.
Is it,
There
thank you,
go.
Max.
Thank
Okay.
I was going to give you the boo.
I teed that right up for you. Down 22 and a half. I'm going down another 25.
That was a good one.
Do you think that that's going to happen?
I think it's possible.
I think it's going to happen.
I think you're in a groove right now.
I'm grooved, but it's not just this is going to happen for a little bit thing. This is a lifestyle change.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think
It has to be.
What is it? You have to do something like 21 days or 18 times or 23. It's right around there to
Yeah.
break a habit or something, or to form a new habit.
I have a story that I haven't told you yet, and I've been saving it for this. That you're gonna laugh at. It's coming. Okay. It's coming. I'm not gonna.
It better be
You're getting
funny.
good. I like the tease.
It is. It's pretty funny.
Build it up.
It's actually scary
You're
funny.
gonna have to stay on the whole time and listen to it at the end.
It's actually scary. But no, it'll come up soon. But I do want to say something about this because eating better is key. We understand that. We know that.
That's it.
This is what I cannot stress enough to all the listeners out there, all the primers, and to you. I'm saying this to you. I've always been somebody who's been like motivation. Listen to something motivating, whether it's like David Goggins, or Jocko, or like a podcast that's like motivating, gets you going, right? Number 2 is music. I'm a huge music person in general. And like listening to music that's motivating was like my thing, And like when we just went to the gym, we've been going to the gym a lot, moving some iron, which is great. That's fun. We'll talk about that some more. Putting on like Marilyn Manson, or like Korn or Tool or like something that really like gets me like, wow, I'm like locked in. This is some heavy guitar, heavy drums. Motivating, right? It's not about motivation. Do you know what it's about? You know the answer.
Oh, I know what it's about.
It's about discipline.
Well, yeah, I thought you were going to go callous mind.
Oh, that's coming.
Okay.
It's not motivation.
Skipping ahead.
Because my entire life working out or doing anything physical has always been about, I don't feel my best, so I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, so you wake up in the morning, you don't feel your best, so you're like, I'm not going to do it because I don't feel my best. I can't put my best effort into this. But maybe I feel better in the afternoon, and a lot of times I would. And then I'd be like, hey, I feel better. I'm going to do it right now instead. I'm going to get the maximum out of this thing. But if you didn't, guess what happens? You go a day without doing it. You go a week without doing it. You go a month without doing it. You know, and it's like, hey, I'm not feeling totally up to snuff. I'm not feeling like I can get on the bike and crush it right now. I'm not feeling like I can be on top of the leaderboard on Peloton. Yeah. I'm not feeling like I can put up whatever weight. You're banging down 225 pretty good.
We're getting there. It's coming back.
I haven't put it up yet. I will next time.
I wouldn't say it's coming back.
I can right now. I will next time. I'll pump it up there.
It's hard. I mean, when you don't, I didn't lift for. I mean, weights go always in and out, and you should
Just like Tip's weight.
Yeah. Well, his goes up.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back down. But when you don't lift for a while, you lose that strength and you lose that stuff really quick.
That's right.
And it's hard. Right. It's hard to get back.
It's hard, and I tell you, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Where I don't feel great. I don't want to bench because I haven't done it in a while, and my elbow's gonna hurt, and my shoulder's gonna hurt. Guess what? I'm 38 years old. You're what? 41?
43.
43?
43.
You just had a birthday.
I did.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Wow, we're 5 years different. Look at us. I knew we were okay. 40. I thought you turned 42.
Yeah, you hang out with an old guy.
Yeah. Change it. Check in with my friend group.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so you feel, no, Max, here's a $10 one. No shit. I'm not going to feel good every day. Right? No kidding. No kidding. I'm getting older. Discipline. Even if you don't feel good, you just do it. I'm not going to put up a what do you call it? Leaderboard. I'm not going to put my personal record up. I'm not going to be able to put up 225 6 times today. Or any times. Yeah. You know, the thing that Dan's got me on big time, doing dips. He's like, do dips. He's like, we're going to do dips every day down here. I'm like, oh my God, my elbow feels like it might explode. Guess what though? Discipline. I'll do 6. I'll do 6. I'll do them. I can't do 12 yet. I can't do 18. Can't do 30. You're doing a good amount. You're doing 10 to 15.
I was really bad in high school, and I saw some older guys or guys like just flying through and doing a lot, and I was like,
yeah, boy, that's a full body.
I want to be able to do dips.
Now, do you have the weight belt?
I can.
Wow.
I can.
Yeah, let me tell you what, that's a full body workout.
My shoulder's starting to hurt nowadays when I go down.
Yeah.
Just like
Your shoulder.
Yeah, my elbow. My elbow.
Out.
It does a little bit, but I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about, though, Max. Yes, I understand. I'm not 22. I can't do 20 of these things probably anymore. But guess what? I'm still going to be disciplined. I'm still going to do some. And in my mind, I'm going, wow, you're soft. You used to be able to crush these things. It's okay if I can do 6 right now. Maybe I do 7 tomorrow. Maybe I do 8. Maybe we get to 12. Maybe we don't. I'm still going to do them, though.
Yeah.
So we mixed in. You're cranking the push-ups right now.
A lot of push-ups.
So we did
every day.
That was tough today. That was a grown man workout today.
That was
those
a good
push-ups
one.
after the reps is pretty tough.
Shoulders hurt. Shoulders hurt for me, and they're weak because of my repaired left one. Mm-hmm. Chest and buys are fun to do for me.
Yep.
Legs suck.
Legs are tough.
We haven't done legs yet.
Well, we haven't lifted legs. I've been doing legs 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I've been doing all the weight vest.
But I think push-ups are one of those things like in the office or at home or whatever. And again, you start out and you're not doing as many as you have been. But I think in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've done push-ups every day. And 90 or 95% of the days, probably, I've missed 3 days where I haven't done like at least 150.
Got it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it helps.
There was a day where probably doing 20 was like a load.
Come up breathing heavy. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and the one thing
it's
that's
small
killing
gains.
us, I
Let's
tell
go.
you, Max,
Small gains.
Max goes down to the gym all the time with some people in the office here. You know what really sucks? Coming up the stairs after you're all done.
Yeah.
Those stairs gas you.
And it's humid.
Yeah, like you go up those 2 flights of stairs, it's crazy. So Discipline over motivation.
You are doing good. Keep it up.
Discipline over motivation. That's the key.
Yeah, and if you do it when you don't want to do it, it becomes easier.
It took me 38 years to figure this out. That's what it is. Because in your mind, I know in your mind too, I know that your mind goes here. It's like, I know that I used to be able to do that. I should be able to do this.
Yeah, but now I'm old, so
I know,
we're just going to figure
but
it out.
I don't accept. I haven't accepted that.
I say that, but I don't feel it.
I know, but I haven't accepted. I do feel it. I feel. But what I'm saying is, I get that I can't go run a 8-minute mile, 4 of them anymore, right? But you know what I can do? I can get out there and I can still try. I can still put something out there. For a long time, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm after right now.
Hey, you're down how many pounds?
22 and a half.
There you go.
But it's also, I'm a lot stronger. I'm getting stronger.
Yeah.
There's actually, mentally, no question. Drinking water, super hydrated. Super hydrated. I tell you, it sucks though, going to when I drove to Maine 3 times now, I gotta stop every like 30 minutes. And I almost pissed my pants.
Thought you were gonna say use a bottle.
It hurt so bad. I was flying. I got off the exit. So for the New Englanders, listen, I'm going from south to north into Maine. There's a huge bridge that you cross to go into Maine. But before, there's a liquor store. This car crept up right beside me, right on the exit on the right. I couldn't get off the exit. I'm like, oh, and I had already committed. I knew exactly where I was going, and I was going to get there in 18 seconds and be able to take a leak in a porta potty. I was pot committed to that. Guy blocked me. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Get off the next exit. This isn't even the story. This is good. Get off the next exit. Wheel into like a Shell station or something. Get out. I'm like, yes, finally, this is huge.
Standing up hurts.
Like jogging in, like I can feel my back like seizing up. I'm like, this is not good. I like run in there. I'm like, this is perfect. I'm able to get in. Go to hit the door, locked. I'm like, oh no. And then there's a women's room too. I go to open that, both locked. I would absolutely go in there. I needed to. It was that bad. Both locked. I'm sitting there doing like the PP dance, like just bouncing up and down. Like this is, I've got to go. Thinking of the desert, sand, dry. Doing the whole thing. Started almost going. Run into the bathroom as soon as the guy comes out. He also obviously just went, dropped a
There was an odor in there?
absolute heat stick. So I'm breathing heavy, breathing this in. Forget to lock the door. I'm backing up away from the urinal. I'm like 8 feet back from the urinal trying to lock the door. It's good. That's what happens when you drink all this water. Just power in the bladder. So there's that going on. Do you want to hear this story now?
Yeah. Let's hear the story.
I'm just freewheeling today.
Yeah,
This is okay?
This is your episode.
No, it's always our episode.
Thank you, but it's yours.
Okay, so I've been eating really healthy. Not trying to follow any diet other than just be in a calorie deficit because I'm working out hard. And so I'm not really saying, oh, you can't have carbohydrates or you can't have whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm eating smart. In the morning, I'm having a good breakfast, healthy breakfast. In the afternoon, I'm having usually a salad or something just enough to keep the body fueled and moving. And I'm having a pretty decent dinner. So steak, I'll eat a lot of steak. Chicken. I made a cool rice, chicken, and broccoli dish the other day, Max. A little soy sauce on it. Like I'm actually cooking some new things too, which I'm just making myself better every day.
We should have Guy back on.
You know what I mean?
Brag it to him.
Right. So I'm doing all this stuff. By accident, have you ever gone super low carb, Dan?
No, I have not.
Like in terms of just decided to cut out carbs in general?
I have not.
Okay. So when you do that, what happens, and for the listeners out there, is your body goes into a state called ketosis, right? And you hear like keto diet, you hear people do this. This is not what I'm doing. Again, I'm just eating smart.
Yep.
But if you want to shed pounds, and some people tell you this is the best thing on earth, you go like to 20, 30 grams, I think it's grams, of carbohydrates a day, and your body, what happens is it stops burning carbohydrates for fuel and it starts burning fat, right? We should probably have a doctor on this episode because This all might be a lie.
None of this is backed by the FDA.
No, it is. It is. This is what. So
None
this
of
is
what
what a
you say.
keto diet is.
Burning fat is probably what you want, right?
It is, but your body, to do that, what happens is your kidneys start to function differently, and like it's like craving a piece of bread, like to or something to like get
Texas
some
Roadhouse,
pasta.
Roadhouse, a little butter on top of it, the cinnamon butter too.
Discipline.
Oof.
Discipline. So it's craving this carbohydrates and like pasta and fuel. This is why you eat like pasta the night before you have a big game, or you're gonna go on a long, marathon or whatever. Your body's gonna burn all this stuff. So when your body goes into ketosis, so it starts burning fat. Now I've done this before, 2016 or 17. I have a picture. I'll send it to you, Max. I was doing a Steinhold in New Hampshire, in North Conway, New Hampshire. You know the Steinholds, where you hold the beer.
I know what a stein is.
Yeah, so there's like a huge stein. It's probably 32-ounce stein. They fill the thing up they did it with water because they didn't want you to spill all the beer. And we did this competition. I don't know, 100 people joined. So I'm in the competition, holding it. And the person who held it the longest went to like the national championship thing.
Serious?
And I don't know where it was, but wherever. I get down to the final three.
That's what blew out your elbow.
No, it was after the elbow was already done because I was pointing to it because the guy was like challenging me. He's like, "I'll hold this forever." I'm like, "I got to repair an elbow," and I'm right there with you, pal. So holding it up. Anyway, that night, go home. I'm in ketosis at this point. Okay, wake up in the middle of the night, literally like somebody stabbing me in the low back, because your kidneys. Something happens to your kidneys where it feels like a kidney stone almost.
Is
or
this
something.
from 2016 or did you do a Steinhold recently?
No, this is 2016.
Okay.
I'm coming to the.
So you're
to
not
recent.
you're skipping.
I'm skipping.
Okay.
I'm coming back.
Okay.
So anyway, that happened. So I know what it's like to be in this state, and I know that my body can't handle it because my kidneys basically fail. Like something's going on with them to the point of it's excruciating pain. I need to eat, and keep on going. Anyway, so cut back to a week ago. I've been doing these long walks, long runs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, what do you call it?
Walks or runs?
Both. I've been doing a mile run, mile walk, or a lot of times I'll do is a mile run, half mile walk, mile run, half mile walk. Like just, what do you call that? Intervals, something.
I like that.
Because I know I'm going to be gone for a long time. I know that I can't run the whole thing. I'm not ready to do 5-6 miles yet, but I can do 3 or 4 as long as I'm mixing in a little bit of rest. I got a weight vest on too.
Yep.
So night comes along. I've been eating amazing for the whole week. By accident, probably not eating a lot of carbohydrates. Laying down, I'm like, getting ready to go out. I'm like, my side kind of hurts. I'm thinking I gotta go to the bathroom or whatever. I'm like, maybe I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll go. Go to the bathroom, go out, hit the run. Run the first half a mile. Literally felt. This is where it gets interesting.
Do you feel like you get shot in the back?
Not shot, Max. When I run, I have a little fanny pack because I have my flashlight in there. I've got a little strobe light.
Mace.
Your taser.
I've got a knife. I've got a few things
Little
in this little
whistle.
fanny pack because I've been I'm going a long way sometimes. So I got a couple electrolyte pouches in there. So I'm running, and I felt like somebody came up behind me and took a blade and stabbed me right in the back. Like literally took me down to a knee.
Did you have a stone?
Took me down to a knee. Took me right down to a knee. Went down to a knee. And I was like struggling for air. I was like, this is not good. I was right beside the police station in Warwick.
Good spot.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I need to, I'm going.
Excuse me, sir.
Can you imagine him running
Can I
into
see what's in your
Warwick
fanny
PD?
pack, please?
So I get up and I'm like, this isn't going away.
Is this at nighttime too?
Well, 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock. I'm like, this isn't going away. This is a problem. And now, new tip, which has a little bit of anxiety in him, from like the last couple of years, goes into fight or flight mode. and I can laugh about it now, but I was thinking about dying. So I finally pop up on my feet. I'm not kidding. I was on my knees. Like I was in excruciating pain. I get up and I start walking back home. And I didn't even take the weight vest off or anything. I'm just walking back home, and I'm like, I'm like really struggling to breathe at this point. Like, I'm like, okay, is it my heart? No, and I like check my watch. I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, this is crazy, man. This is bad. And I know what it probably is, but I'm like, man, I don't think I'm in ketosis because I've been eating well. So I start to get halfway up the hill, like right by my house, and finally I'm like, I got to sit down on this wall. I sit down on this wall. I'm leaning there and I'm like, oh, I'm getting like nauseous now. Like I'm like not feeling great. So I call my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm like a quarter mile from the house right now, but I can't get home. I'm like breathing, and she's like, "Is your heart like?" I'm like, "No." Like I've got like I either like threw my back out. I wasn't going to explain ketosis to her. I'm like, either threw my back out or something's going on in my back, but I can't move. And now I'm panicking and I'm having a panic attack at the same time, and I can't breathe either. So we got a problem here. Or I'm going to
go to Kent.
police station. So the kids are at the house, the dog's at the house. She can't leave, but I'm like, you just got to leave. You got to just roll down the hill like
it's close.
quarter mile and just load me into the car and get me home. Like I need to lay down or something. So she's like, stay right where you're at. Don't move, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm coming. And I'm like, I mean, I'm breathing hard, dude. Like, I'm like, I can't move much more. I can't. You're going to have to hurry. Like, I'm hurt. Like, I can't take a breath without it, like, stabbing me right in the back. So she comes down, wheels in, does like the wheelman thing, throws me into the car, drives me up to the house. I get out. I'm like laboring along, lay on the like the back porch. Once I lay down on my back and like kind of have my feet out, I could feel that like relieve a little bit, and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I think I'm having like a kidney stone or something. I'm like, this would suck. This is the day before we went to play golf, by the way. The night before.
I wish it happened to me because then I could describe how I sucked on the course.
I mean, it was, so all this is going on and all I can think about is I really want to play golf tomorrow. Like, like doing whatever. And eventually it goes away. Now here's what I had to do to make it go away. I did have to have like a couple handfuls of like granola. Like I still, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not giving up on 75 hard. I'm not giving up on this. I'm still going to eat smart. So get some smart carbohydrates into me. 5 minutes later, I feel fine. Perfectly fine. I'm up. My body, I don't know if you do this, Dan. This is how I operate, though. When something bad happens to me, so when you did your shoulder, I'm going to relate it to your shoulder. Did you try to immediately test your shoulder after that?
No.
Because it was that bad?
I couldn't move it. I knew I couldn't move it.
Okay.
I couldn't even get up.
Okay. Maybe this is me then.
No, but it's also that it's not like there's a difference probably like when you do something and you do it like it's bad.
Right. And what you do is, for me at least, I try to test it to see if it's as bad as I think it is.
Yeah.
Which is probably not a great idea. I remember I broke my arm when I was in 6th grade, fell off steps, broke my arm. I knew something was wrong, and I was like begging somebody to throw a 4-square ball at me. I was like, throw me the ball, because I wanted to like see if I could catch it and throw it back. Threw the ball to me, and I was like, oh my God, my arm is definitely broken. So I'm a tester. So like immediately I start to feel better. The other night I'm like, I'm going right back out there. I feel better. I need to test this thing, So I do a couple laps around outside, and I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I will tell you though, the panic was there. My heart rate was booming when I was panicking.
I don't know if that's
it wasn't a heart thing.
No,
it was a panic attack.
I know it was a panic attack.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if I would panic attack about like a back pain or something like that.
This type of back pain, it wasn't, and this is what I was trying to explain to my wife. She's like, that you can't actually feel that your organs hurt.
Probably true.
She's like, you feel pain somewhere, but it's like low back pain. It's not, and I'm like, no, I can feel my kidney is hurt. Like something is going on with that. And she's like, yeah, but you don't actually feel your kidney being hurt. You feel like pain in your lower back. And I'm like, I don't know. I think I feel my actual kidney being hurt.
I'm super.
So you feel your feelings being hurt?
I did. I will say it took a lot of courage out of me. And this is part of the discipline motivation thing. It took a lot of courage for me to make that phone call.
Oh, God.
We're going to get you a life alert.
The whole time too.
So you really couldn't walk back?
Not even close. Not even close, Dan.
Did you just like
seized, totally seized up to the point of like a step was a chance I would pass out. You know, like where I was just gonna go down. You know, like there was no like. I was listening to the crazy
talking
part
about
too.
like listening to Goggins and stuff.
I don't know.
And going on those like 100-mile runs and all like the ultra marathons.
Unbelievable.
And stuff. And he doesn't quit.
I got a quarter mile.
And you're like probably a mile and a half into a walk run. Quarter mile into a walk run. And you can't walk back.
I was listening to a Goggins podcast with Jocko. I'm all fired up to listen to it. I was so excited
and he waved
to press
the white
play.
flag.
I was so excited to press play when I got going. I'm like, this is an hour and 40 minutes. This is going to be the greatest like run thing ever. So I pressed play. I don't even remember what they said. I was in so much pain.
You can't carry the boats.
Cannot carry the boats on that one. So
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I didn't even tell you that story. I was holding that one. But I'm telling you, the low carb thing is very... You have to be smart about that.
I'm surprised with all the water you're drinking, though.
It's not about the water. It's
so
about,
when does the pain go away if you're in ketosis?
So I think
Like, I mean, is that just people are in pain when they're?
I think
not eating
some
carbs?
people can do it and some people can't. I think some people fight through that part maybe, or like, you know, get through a few days and it's gone. For me, it's not fight throughable. It's like it's a problem. Like my body needs, like, it's like the nutrients aren't there to survive.
I kind of want to see. I want to see this. I think you should go carb free for a while and just till it happens.
So I'm going low. I'm still going low carb, right? But the point is that I can't get myself into ketosis. And you have these little tests that you take. You pee on a stick. And the darker purple it is, the more into ketosis you are. I can't get dark purple. We got to keep it. Like, so tonight I'm gonna have chicken, rice. Get the rice in you.
Yeah.
That has carbs, right?
You should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some rice in me.
Good.
You know, do something like that.
Keep it going.
So that's what I'm working on.
Good. You got it.
So are you going down too right now? I mean, what's the deal? By the way, I haven't had a drop of alcohol in 28 days.
I was going to ask when was your last drink.
Yeah, see, that's the problem of 75 hard.
Yeah.
It's less fun.
It's kind of hard. You know, it's just that I like to drink.
Yeah.
I don't drink
I do
as
too.
much. I don't drink. Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
I don't drink as much. I had a bad weekekend.
You had family in. Those happen. Yeah, that
Football's
happens.
on every weekend now. We went out to dinner a couple of times. So it was a bad weekend, but I would say overall I'm down 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I won't weigh myself until Thursday, but I think Thursday I'll break 250.
Nice.
So,
do we want to say where we started, by the way?
I think I started at 264.
I think you were a little higher.
Really?
Well, because I was a little.
I think you were higher. I think you were higher than me.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah, that's great. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, but now I'm gonna plummet down to.
Yeah, but you should like. What was your playing weight?
220. I was like. That's
220. And 220. Was it hard to maintain or?
No, because you're like, especially when you're in the heat, you know this, and we've talked about this before. Like when you're working out every day and you're in the heat of like Texas, it's tough to keep weight on. It's the opposite. Like I could go to Whataburger like every day. The place is amazing, by the way.
That's pretty good.
Oh, the burgers are unreal.
Pretty good. Really greasy.
Oh man, I could crush one of those right now.
Really greasy.
Yeah. So you have a Whataburger if you want at night, and you could eat chicken fingers, and you could eat a real meal. Like you could overeat. Because you were going to burn so many calories.
My life was overeating probably for a while.
It must have been hard to keep it on.
At the end, it was hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, again, probably booze. I don't think I drank a lot.
Yeah.
As much as I did when I was younger.
But like, think about like
good,
training camp.
That's getting more responsible, more mature.
Yeah. Training camp though, stuff like that.
There was
a couple. Tough to keep it up.
There was a couple times.
Hot
where,
still.
Yeah, a couple times. You know? But I maintained probably 295, 300 for. 5 years or 4 years in college, probably 16 years, somewhere around there. Yeah. So
the knees must feel amazing.
Well, I mean, you're carrying around that weight vest, right?
Yeah,
15, 20 pounds or whatever.
I'm actually going to go up another weight vest when I go down 30. I'm trying to really callous my brain right now to be like, you fat fat.
You got to just make sure you can make it through the walk before you get
This is what you need to succeed.
Yeah,
everybody's
so
different.
when I go down 40, I'm going to put 40-pound weight vest on. When I go down 50, I'm going to have a 50-pound weight vest on. I'm going to be like, feel this vest? That's what you were carrying around, you slug. Right? That's what some people need.
We're going to keep on it. We're going to keep on it. I will say, even though I'm not down, I feel better.
Oh,
in the mirror. And by the way,
Yes.
okay, so part of 75 Hard Max is the picture that you have to take. A self-image, self-profile.
But when I finish this thing, I'll give you day 1 and day 75.
His first picture is maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's not great. I mean, it's not great.
If anybody's seen like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen or
I don't know what happened.
My best friends or best friends with that Ryan Reynolds one.
That one, that's
when he
it.
has the fat
With the
suit on.
face.
The fat that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically Tip's first picture.
Yeah,
and
it
is
wasn't good.
Absolutely priceless. And then he sends another video, which I don't know why you sent, but you
the
boxing
punching one? Yeah, with a
boxing.
the one the guy told you need to learn how to punch.
Oh, God, that was
There's
so
some
funny.
things you just don't share.
I needed to share
And
it
I
with
don't
you.
want to see that rolling around. I really
worry,
don't.
It's coming
the
back.
same one?
Yeah. So the video, there was a video. Again, follow at Past Our Prime Show. There's some decent content coming out about this. I'm hitting the punching bag, but I put up a clip, and it was at the end of one of these rounds, 10 rounds in. I've been doing this cool thing: 1 minute punching, 1 minute jump rope, 1 minute rest. Doing 10 rounds. So 30-minute workout. You're resting for 10, but you're gassed because you just did a full round and a minute of jump rope. So I'm doing the last round and I'm done. And I'm like barely throwing these punches. I post it. This guy, who knows? He might be a loyal listener. Appreciate the comment. Said it was like one of those. It was in like Talladega Nights when he's like, "When I mean all due respect, I mean all due respect." And he's like, "You need to learn how to throw a punch. No disrespect taken, or no disrespect, or something like that." I had the best response to that, and I didn't send it back
What was it going to be?
because listeners matter.
Right.
It was, "Why don't you come over here at 1 o'clock and see how your face feels about that?"
I'm going to have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
I was all worked out. I was thinking about, I was like, what else could I say? And then I was like, oh man, I wonder if I should say, what? Looks like your face hasn't missed any of these or something. You know, like, so I had all these things like worked up and I didn't pull the trigger. But
Smart.
anyway, so yeah, I'll share.
If you share and get to a point where
I'm okay to share.
when you're mentally comfortable with
I'm
it.
mentally comfortable right now. I can
share.
show you. I can show you day 1 and day 28 and still feel good about myself because we're making progress.
It's not your best, like you're saying.
That's right.
Accountability
mirror.
Accountability mirror. That's it. Yeah.
Man, listening to Goggins out on those when I'm like doing anything, and anybody who doesn't know who this is, David Goggins, listen to this guy. He takes a different approach. He's in the dark place.
Yeah.
Hatred, really been up against it in his life, but has turned into an absolute mental like monster with the way that his brain is calloused. He's a great listen. Not everybody can do this.
No, not
This
that.
is a severe case of discipline.
Yeah.
And whatever else, I don't understand. Like his body, I mean, he's done some crazy things. Jocko's a little bit different. I don't know if you've listened to the Jocko Willink one. He's another SEAL. He wakes up at 4:30 every day. He has for the last 20 years. He takes a picture of his watch every day. And his whole thing is discipline. He's like, I know that I don't feel great on a certain day, but I still get up, I still put my feet on the floor, and I still go do the thing that I had planned to do. Mm-hmm. It may not be at 100%. It might be at 2% one day, but I just do it.
Yep.
And like it's going through the motions, and that's all right. That's what I've been learning, Max. That's where I've been growing. Going through the motions sometimes is all right. I've never looked at it that way.
Why is that frozen there, Max?
I don't know.
We look skinny? Leave it there.
Not really.
So fantasy football. Talk about that.
Week 2.
I'm in your league. Dan finally let me in.
Well, I mean, yeah, someone had to bow out. We got 12 teams, right? Week 2, your team is not doing so well.
Man, this is hard.
Not so well.
Put up a
at
lot
all.
of points the first week, but got smoked by a guy.
I think you want to average right. 120, I think, is the number you want to get to.
So
if
I
you
was
get to
there.
120 around there, I mean, maybe it's more than that now. But we've had some teams this week that have some bad. I'm 1-1. I lost the first week to a friend, and I smoked.
Yeah, you killed somebody this week.
Coach Lehman, friend of the program. Friend of the program.
Guest of the program.
Smoked him this week. Had a good week.
This is a fun league.
I mean, offense, like the NFL is about offense, right?
Yep.
So I think those numbers are going to increase. They're doing more things to, hand tie the defense a little bit. So,
you know what this is helping me do?
But it's fun. But we need to talk more.
Okay. Oh, in the league?
In the chat.
Oh, there's still a lot going on.
It's not like we pay for a lot of money.
Let's
and
do it
it's
right now.
spread out over 6 months. So it's just enjoyable. But
Boy, the loser
part of the reason
prize, we could say it.
No, I don't think we're going to do that.
I think we should.
But I mean,
two loser prizes that have come up that have been phenomenal. One of them, we were going to buy this kind of old beat up car, a Subaru most likely, and that person had to drive it around for a month, and we're going to be able to put whatever stickers we want on it.
The ones with the stickers in the back. Put a bunch of stickers.
Yeah.
Everybody else, we're going to put. Anybody, you can put whatever sticker you want. That person has to drive it around. You also have to store it somewhere for the remainder of the year, which is not fun, in your driveway, somewhere else. Another one that I heard, and I mentioned this when we were down there, and Gary, our CEO, told me about this one. I think we should do this. The loser takes the SATs.
Oh, you said that.
That is hilarious. And anybody, I didn't realize this, anybody can take the SATs. When the SATs are out there, it's $80 or something. I don't know what it is anymore. But so you can go and take the SATs and then you get your score. That is a funny, loser of a fantasy football league thing. That makes me laugh. That would be a good one. I did see a couple others that were outrageous the other day, but I love being in this league. Thank you for being, having me in the league.
Thank you for joining.
You're welcome. It's getting me more familiar with some of the good players that are out there right now. You know what I mean? Because sometimes if you're not playing fantasy and you're betting and you're just watching football, you don't know all the names of somebody who plays for the Cardinals. You're who's their best receiver? No idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Who
is their best receiver? No idea.
Zero. Who is it?
I mean, he's suspended right now.
Wait, Larry Fitzgerald?
No.
I know.
He's suspended right now.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Correct.
Okay.
And then who's number 2? Probably.
For them?
Played for Baltimore last year. Hollywood is his nickname. Part of his nickname. Mac's not going to know.
Antonio Brown.
Marquise Brown.
I know it's going to be close with
Antonio Brown, the guy who ripped off his shoulder pads last year and walked off the field. He's a great person.
I'm relearning names and who should be good and who shouldn't be good. And it's I remember that when you.
But it's just you got to make the right decision.
My bench
whoever's on your bench, your bench could be loaded, but if they're not playing, it doesn't really matter.
My bench is loaded.
It ruins the week.
Yep.
It ruins the week.
I should have plugged in bench members, no question. So fantasy's great. That's fun. That gives me something to do. You know what I mean? To take a peek at. I'm going to be very active on the trade block and the waiver block this week. We got to make a couple moves. What else do we got?
I like my team. I like what I got. I like what I have on the bench too. We got some options.
And that was a fun draft.
You know who I got? Who's disappointing right now?
Who's that?
Matt Ryan. And I don't know. I mean, it's probably his fault too. It definitely is. He's a quarterback, but the Colts suck right now.
Yeah, they do.
Jacksonville just.
Do we tell? We haven't had an episode since then about my draft.
I have Jonathan Taylor in another one. Me and my son are in another league.
You played two?
Well, that's his responsibility.
Okay.
I don't really do it. But we have Jonathan Taylor, and he did nothing last week.
Did I jump on TB12 too early?
Yes.
I did too.
How early? 1 round?
When did you take him?
4th round.
Yeah, probably a couple
Okay.
rounds, 3
All right.
rounds. I don't know.
See
what I do.
To get my guy.
Here's what I've been doing. I kind of stream quarterbacks. I look for better matchups, and I'm willing to drop.
Really?
Sub them in.
Wow.
I'll stream kickers and I'll stream defense. I load up on running backs and
stream.
Stream.
So I streamed defense already. I had the Saints, dropped them because they were playing Tampa Bay, and I wanted Brady to do well. So I dropped them, took the Pats.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring out the strategy. It's going to take me a little bit. I'm
probably
going to be 0-2.
a little bit.
I'm probably going to be 0-2.
I think I had Tua last week, who's just.
So you like are just dumping and chasing on quarterbacks then.
No, I think I had Tua on the roster. I think maybe I had to. Maybe I did pick him up. I don't even know.
Okay.
Who knows?
So, next week we've got STEM Fuse.
Yep.
We've got a couple partners coming up for Squad Locker. We wanted to make sure we talked to you guys about 75 Hard because it's a real thing. You're going to see some more posts about that. And also a little bit of fantasy. I started at 265.7.
I was probably 264. I'm just going to say that.
265.7. This morning I was 240. What did I say? 241? No, 242.3.
Like so, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Every week that we do a show, we will weigh ourselves in the morning.
Okay.
And report the weight.
I like that idea.
That's
because
what we'll do.
There's
a little bit more accountability there.
I have goals. They're not all weight related goals though. They're very much like.
Oh, I'm not actually worried about my weight. Like you're going down way fast because of what you're doing, which is great.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I have to go down.
It's going to be a little bit more, but I don't really. I feel better. I look better.
Yep.
And that's.
Shirts off this summer.
Yeah, we've been saying that for 3 years.
I know we have, but no, this is going to happen though. This is the year for it because I might not stop. I might not stop until Memorial. What's the day? Memorial Day.
At some point, you're going to have a drink of alcohol.
Yep.
At some point.
Man, I know that's going to be the thing. I will tell you, I was by
Once
myself.
Once it hits the lips, it tastes so good, and then you can go right back up.
No, I won't go right back up because what I'll do is I'll make sure that for every time that I have a something like a privilege.
Every time or every night?
No, every time that I have a privilege.
Is one bottle of beer a privilege?
Yep.
So 2 bottles would be 2 privileges?
There needs to be duty that happens because of that. Duty before privilege.
There's going to be duty that happens after that when you have that, no doubt.
And then lastly, you got to get the ink.
Go for it.
Inked up. I'm waiting for you to. You need to come with me on that. That feels like a thing that we have to do.
You guys gonna get matching tattoos?
No, but I just feel like I need a friend.
No, we're not.
I mean, you got matching watches.
We do.
We don't have matching watches.
Well, they're close.
Different.
But,
I've had this watch for 4
160.
years.
Yeah,
4 years max.
Oh, a trendsetter.
Had to watch for 4 years max.
Yeah. Hashtag.
Max getting into it.
Garmin.
Right now.
Unbelievable, by the way. This Garmin Fenix 7, amazing. So
no free ads.
No free ads, but anybody, I would tell you, go get this watch. This is a game changer. You have to have some type of a really strong wearable if you're going to do this type of stuff because it just tracks everything. It's amazing.
You don't have to.
I think you do.
You do. You don't.
I like to see it. I like to see results.
Some people don't do that.
I bet that Goggins does.
I bet you he does too, but he's also running 100 miles. He's just trying to figure out when am I going to die.
Okay. So we'll weigh in. We'll check in next time. And you guys are going to see less of us in terms of body size. You will see less and less of us. There will be less of us at this table the next time that you see us. And I said that a while ago, too. I said that a month ago, and 22.5 pounds, Max.
There you go.
That's the name of your episode, by the way.
Actually, not bad.
I know. Thank you.
Mic drop. See ya.
All right. See you next time.
Past Our Prime is brought to you by Squad Locker. Squad Locker is your one-stop shop for custom team apparel, delivered right to your front door. Learn more by visiting squadlocker.com.